Hello, on the 8th of August this year, 2025, the BBC issued a short report online, and I suggest you have a look at it if you're interested, announcing that they've received a leaked report from some whistleblowers within the court system, um reporting that there have been widespread IT problems within the court system, causing evidence to go missing, and this has been going on since 2018. So it affects not only just criminal cases, but in fact more so, it would appear that these problems have affected civil courts, family courts and tribunals, for example, social security and child support, benefit appeals, civil courts, probate, divorce. And I think some of the senior staff within the court system who've been looking after the IT have been concerned for quite some while. And I get the impression they've been quite frustrated with the senior management of the court system, and one of them made a formal whistleblower complaint, and this led to an investigation being commissioned by a senior IT team from the prison service, and their report is the one that's been leaked to the BBC. And it seems to suggest quite serious and widespread problems within the court services, and that, decisions may have been made badly on evidence that wasn't there, that had gone missing, or, and it can affect whether or not a child be taken into care, or whether or not somebody gets benefits and things like that. And I think this is the very early stage of this story. And if you have any information, do have a look at this, or complaint to make, or evidence of yourself. Do have a look at this article, because it puts a contacts within the BBC who you can contact to share your information with. But I think they're looking to further investigate this, the BBC. But it sounds like yet another Horizon type scandal, but within the court system, and it's very worrying. And it would be good if the public were made a bit more aware about it as well. But there we are, more problems within the criminal justice system. Indeed, when I was a probation officer, I remember in the late 1990s and the early 2000s, there were quite frequent mistakes, computer errors possibly, or lack of poor inputting. And in the area where I was working, it was quite common for people's previous convictions to be incorrect, and for quite serious offences sometimes being missing from people's record of previous convictions, which were presented before the court. And it was quite worrying, really. But within the court system, I used to write, the judges were aware of this, because I used to make them aware, the magistrates and the judges. But this sort of thing is very, very worrying. And for me, things like record of previous convictions must be correct if you want proper risk assessments carried out. So, very, very worrying. And I'm quite worried as well about not only the courts, administration, but I'm worried. I feel that probation are in a bad place at the moment. And I really feel that the politicians need to give probation a bit of time and respect, and look into perhaps ways of running the probation service better. I feel really the service needs to become more local, and there should be less people supervised on short-term licenses. you know, more effort on more serious people coming out of jail, but not those coming out on short sentences, as Grayling changed. And I think the main effort of probation should be upon rehabilitating offenders, and that if there is risk, it should be a multi-agency approach, not the sole responsibility of probation to manage risk, in my view. So that's as it is, but do look out for further developments on this court services scandal, and there are suggestions that the senior courts teams didn't really deal with this appropriately, or that they may have tried to cover it up or didn't treat it seriously enough. But anyway, do watch this space, and do check out the BBC for further developments in this court computer possible scandal. Anyway, all the very best now. Cheers. Bye-bye.